So what is a Fibonacci series? It is a series in which the next number is the sum of previous two numbers. The first two numbers are 0 and 1. Let's look at an example. 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34 and so on. Now let's see how a Fibonacci series gets generated. We have the first two numbers 0 and 1. 0 and 1 gets added and it gives a result 1. And the numbers 1 and 1 get summed and produces the result 2. In a similar fashion, the entire series gets generated. So let's see them real quick. 1 plus 2 gives 3. 2 plus 3 gives 5, 3 plus 5 gives 8, 5 plus 8 gives 13, 8 plus 13 gives 21, 13 plus 21 gives 34 and so on. Now let's see the implementation program in Java. We have a class named Fibonacci X. We have a main method inside it in which all of the code goes inside. Now we are going to ask the user for the amount of numbers that is needed to be printed. We need to use the nextInt method, which is a method of the scanner object. So let's create a scanner named input, which takes the parameter of system's input object. Scanner resides within the java.util.scanner package, which we need to import. Whatever number the user entered, we are going to use the scanner object and store the number in a variable called num. And let's initialize it. Now we are printing the first two terms of the series, which are num1 and num2. So let's initialize them. Since the first two numbers are 0 and 1, we are going to initialize num1 as 0 and num2 as 1. The \t prints a tab space between the enclosed elements. Now let's jump to the for loop to print the remaining numbers of the series. Let's take a closer look at the for loop. The for loop prints the remaining values after printing the first two values. Now let's discuss the for loop. The for loop initializes a counter variable named I to 1 to start counting the number of terms printed. Num specifies the limit entered by the user and it helps to terminate the loop after the limit is reached. I will be incremented from 1 to n. The previous two number gets added and gets stored in temp. Now temp gets stored in num2 and num2 gets stored in num1 since the next number requires the current num2 and the temp. The value of num1 gets deprecated. Now let's see the output. The program asks for the amount of Fibonacci numbers to be entered. Now let's enter 10 and here's the result. And thus we can see 10 amount of Fibonacci numbers have been printed. And that is how we print a Fibonacci series of n terms. Thank you for watching.